Hi everyone. Today I'm going to share a brief presentation with you on a career in psychology that I am especially interested in, psychiatry. I became interested in it as a career option for myself about a year ago. It's a growing field with many opportunities to specialize and make a real difference in the lives of patients. I'm excited to share this information with you today. A psychiatrist can perform many of the same functions as a licensed mental health counselor with one large difference. Psychiatrists are medical doctors and are therefore licensed and board certified to prescribe medication. In addition to the title doctor, some psychiatrists are also LMHCs. As a career field, psychology has a lot of demand and growth opportunities. The Bureau of Labor Statistics expects that jobs for psychiatrists and physicians will grow 15% by 2024 from their 2014 levels. The mean annual income for a psychiatrist is $186,000. This number can be affected by location, as rural areas have more demand, and by specialization. Psychiatrists, like other physicians, can work in health management organizations, hospitals, or private practices. Physicians in private practices have more independence and may make more money, but bear the burden of legal risk, whereas doctors practicing through HMOs have lower incomes but greater job security. As stated before, a psychiatrist is a medical doctor and goes through long years of schooling. Any undergraduate degree is fine, but typically a major in psychology is recommended, along with an emphasis on biology, chemistry, and math. After undergrad, psychiatrists spend 4 years in med school, 1 year in rounds, and an additional 4 years in psychiatric residency. This is the minimum educational requirement, though some do also hold master's degrees in clinical or counseling psychology. Aside from education, psychiatrists must be certified by the American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology with periodic recertification. The certification is available through an exam. The daily work of a psychiatrist lies in meeting with patients first and foremost. Some may provide counseling services as well, but the priority is working with the patient's other care providers, such as therapists and general practitioners, to diagnose and treat mental illness. After establishing a diagnosis, a psychiatrist may prescribe medication or additional counseling. They keep extensive records and are responsible for maintaining communication with the patient and the rest of their care team. Within an HMO, this may be considerably easier given that these communication structures are often built in. It is also easier to measure career advancement within a hospital or HMO setting. There, a doctor can aspire to head their department or serve on various boards. For me, it's the balance of medical treatment and counseling that draws me to this career. My career assessment showed me that I have the analytical thinking style required for diagnosis and medication management, and the caregiving urge and passion for better patient communication and care. The amount of school between me and this dream is daunting, but my commitment to improving the lives of patients through compassionate care remains. A psychology major is a great place to start preparing for a career in psychiatry. Within and without of the major, there are a few classes especially valuable to preparation. Neuroscience will familiarize you with the physical aspects of psychology, providing an introduction to brain function, structure, and chemistry. Psychopharmacology builds on the brain chemistry to give you a background in the medicines used to treat the underlying physiochemical symptoms of mental illness. Chemistry and biology courses will help with the science background needed to get into and succeed in medical school. And counseling can provide fundamentals in therapeutic strategy and client interaction. Volunteer work and internships provide valuable real-life experience. Typically, you will coordinate an internship through a master's program, but some community organizations will take qualified undergrad volunteers. This type of work can help you find a job after school, or simply give you a knowledge of the day-to-day operations of a mental health clinic or community psychiatric program. It's a good way to discover if a career in mental health care is right for you, since you can experience it live. You may also learn the organization and management skills that go into running a successful practice. I mentioned that some community organizations need volunteers. Want to help but don't know where to start? If you live in Seattle, here's a great opportunity to serve your community and gather experience. Many of us are familiar with the Union Gospel Mission, a resource for homeless individuals that provides shelter, dental care, rehab facilities, food, and education. They are currently offering a mental health first aid class that will allow volunteers to help them serve Seattle's needy. Studies show that the lack of basic mental health care costs the country $8 billion in crime and welfare expenditures each year. You can help Union Gospel Mission care for our city and learn more about your career at the same time. Extensive schooling and hours of volunteering or internships can prepare you for many of the aspects of a career in psychiatry. One thing they can't teach you, though, is bedside manner. In addition to medical competence, a good psychiatrist is one with patience, compassion, and spot-on communication skills. These are important personal traits to consider before entering the medical or counseling profession. Without them, it will be harder to build trusting relationships with your patients. Like most careers, psychiatry is also a place where many of the tools of the trade are learned on the job. Over time, doctors develop expertise, which gives them greater insight into their patients' symptoms, allowing them to diagnose and provide care more effectively. This skill can only come with time, so putting in the hours is a must to better serve your patients. How does a psychiatrist benefit the community? When most people think of psychiatry, they imagine that patients are people with chronic, debilitating illnesses that can only be helped but never fully overcome or truly managed by medication. The reality is very different. Mental illnesses are treatable, and for the most part, psychiatrists are able to help patients with anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, even schizophrenia lead healthy, full lives. Even people without mental illnesses can benefit from the knowledge that psychiatric well-being is just like any other part of wellness. Preventative care is crucial, and seeking help in difficult times is the right thing to do. Thank you for your time, and I helped you learn a lot about this very exciting and interesting career choice. I've included here a list of links to organizations and websites that helped me with this project. Included here are the link for the Union Gospel Mission, who have that fantastic volunteer opportunity I was talking about earlier. And also RAISE, which is the Renton Area Youth Services, which is another organization that provides psychiatric and mental health care to the community in the Seattle area, if that's where you are and are looking for volunteer opportunities or just for more information about community psychiatric and mental health. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great day.